Hello and welcome to the Sports Centre here on the Jubilee campus at Nottingham University. It's Big BUCS Wednesday. 100 years of British University being celebrated and plenty of sports are being played out on the campus here in Nottingham. My name is Pete Selby. Welcome to the volleyball. It is the Women's Championship final, which will be starting in 10 minutes' time. There's plenty of sports happening around campus on the David Ross Sports Village. There's 14 sports over there. There's 52 fixtures and 7 are being live streamed. And again, a warm welcome to those who are watching this volleyball live stream. Hockey, football, basketball, volleyball, netball, badminton and squash will be live streamed today. And there's plenty more happening here on campus at Nottingham University. Let's take a look at some of the activities you can get involved with. Plenty of facilities and sports available here at Nottingham University. Once again, we are celebrating 100 years of British University. The University of Nottingham was one of the founding 10 universities way back in 1919. The two sides are just warming up in front of us, and it's a replay of the 2018 final. In the purple shirts, we have the team from Durham University. And in the black and red, we have last year's winners, Northumbria. Northumbria winning last year's final by 3 sets to love. I've had a quick word with the two coaches, and I expect it to be very, very close. We're in for a cracking final. It's the first of 2 finals that you will watch on the live stream. Later on this evening, it will be the men's championship final, but we're concentrating on the women's final, starting at 12:30. Now, get involved with Big BUCS Wednesday via social media, Facebook, also YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. Basically any social media you can get involved with. You can find us on Facebook by searching for BUCS Big Wednesday, also on YouTube as well. To find all of these streams as you found this one, the same thing, type in Big BUCS Wednesday and you'll find those live streams. And you can follow the action on social media all day. Use the hashtag BUCSBigWednesday. Hashtag BUCSBigWednesday. You can follow us on Twitter at BUCSSport and also on Facebook and on Instagram. Again, just search for BUCS Big Wednesday. You can find out what's happening on all areas of Nottingham University campus. Driving in today, plenty of spectators. We're watching a variety of the sports. As I mentioned, 14 different sports: water polo, fencing, table tennis, lacrosse, alongside the likes of your football and your hockey. And there's 7 again available on the live stream: hockey, football, basketball, netball, badminton, squash, and here for the volleyball. Both sides just warming up. We're very excited. We've already had a final on earlier, and many of these players were watching. They would have experienced what happened last season, either with being part of the team or maybe just coming through the ranks to then join possibly the current holders, Northumbria, or looking to get revenge for their fellow compatriots from Durham University. Durham again will be in the purple and the black and red for Northumbria. Last year's final, it was a bit of a whitewash, 3 sets to love for Northumbria, but just talking to their coach, as I mentioned earlier, and they're expecting it to be very, very close this time around. thanks to our official partners, Cookcree, and also Outgoing, for all of their support. Cookcree being represented here by the two sides in their kit that they'll be wearing on court very shortly. Master of Ceremonies Mark Perkins just giving the instructions, very familiar voice to those who are very familiar with the volleyball scene in and around the UK, whether it's at BUCS standard or at international or indeed Olympic standard as well. Let's take a look at how they got through to these finals. Northumbria will start with, again, the reigning champions, finished first in the BUCS Premier League North, winning 9 of their 10 games, losing just the 1. Points 27, very important, their goal difference was 23. And when you look at Durham, they finished second in the BUCS Premier North. Again, very similar record, in fact exactly the same, with 9 wins and 1 loss out of their 10. Points 27, but their goal difference was 22. So they were second in the league by just that 1. Progressing to the final for Northumbria, getting a bye in the last 16 due to being the top of the league in the Premier North. In the quarterfinals, they swatted aside Bournemouth first, and in the semi-final, they travelled to East London and won 3-1. Durham, again, with a bye in the last 16. Quarter-final, they beat Edinburgh first by 3-0. And then in the semi-final, again, a very similar scoreline to Northumbria. They beat Essex first by 3-1. So absolutely nothing between these two sides in terms of their records getting to this stage. And want it to be a great final if that actually carries on, actually on the court itself. Plenty of support from the sidelines. A number of banners and signs being made, especially those wearing purple shirts of Durham. And people are filtering in to the sports centre here on the Jubilee campus at Nottingham University. There's plenty happening over at the David Ross Sports Village. But for the volleyball, we've got our own small corner of the East Midlands to ourselves. And the volume is being pumped up by our MC, Mark Perkins, who's going to introduce the two sides onto the court. Now, wherever you're watching this live stream around the world, do make sure you're telling your family, friends, and everyone you know that you're watching the volleyball. And there's this championship game taking place in the next few minutes, and then later on this evening, it will be an 8 o'clock start for the men's championship game. Again, use that hashtag BUCSBigWednesday at BUCSports on Twitter. And of course, then you can link in this live stream. So the two teams being introduced onto the field. Maria Jenicharadi, number 2, the captain of Durham. Jensen Cunningham, tall number 6. Alongside her, Michelle Brown, number 9. And also number 11, Kiara McKibben. And Corey Ortiz, Cabrera, the defensive specialist in the white shirt. And here come the defending champions. Number 12, Margaret Scott, the captain. Number 1, Sydney Marshall. 7, Stephanie Boyce. Number 9, Bianca Alvarez. And number 11, Elizabeth Dow. And number 3, Brandy Donnelly. 2007 All-American. Number 8 being introduced, Amber Tiger. And high fives all round for the coaching staff, and there's been a bit of a change around in the coaching staff for Northumbria. Federico Pagliari, the first year as head coach, not really giving a lot away when talking to him before the game. Maybe just a few big game nerves creeping in, not only maybe for the players but also for the coaching staff. Eduardo Zaro, the head coach of Durham. Many of these on court from all around the world, plenty from the States, a few from South America, also Canadians, and also Greek, Serbia, Plenty of corners of the globe being represented here in BUCS volleyball. And we're about to get underway for the first of our two finals today. Once again, 8 o'clock for the live stream of the men's championship final. But right now, it's the women's championship final, a repeat of last year's final. Northumbria again in the black and white against the purple of Durham. Durham off to a dream start. They'll look to settle into this game early and try and get a bit of a lead, I'd imagine. You don't really want to be chasing because memories really of last year's final might start to come flooding back, and the confidence that they need to get into that lead they've got with a 2-point advantage already. First to 25, best of 5, and if it does go down to 2-2, then we'll be playing first to 15 by 2 clear in this final. That's long from Michelle Brown. Northumbria were looking to settle in Cindy Marshall. Set just slightly short there for Durham. Good work at the net though. Both sides will just be looking to get into this in terms of their sets, getting some clean hits as well, just working through what they've been practicing for weeks before this. Nice point there, opportune tap over the net. Just saw the space, Captain Margaret Scott, eyes in the back of her head. Point to Northumbria. 2 players going for the same ball there. They've managed to get away with that. 3-all. Into the net from Margaret Scott, just after a lovely spot and flick over the net. Just a serve letting her down. Point going to Durham. And Kostic with the serve. Good serve, very deep. A chance now for Durham to set this. And a good point there from Durham. Cleanest points we've had so far in this final. It all started from that good serve. And then a nice set and a clean spike. Ivana will be looking for exactly the same serve this time around. Again, it's deep. This time, a good set, but another chance for Durham here. And another clean hit. Durham have started well here. Jensen Cunningham using her height very well at the net. (6-3) to Durham. Kostic again. Ball moving around from that serve. Recovery mission for Durham. Northumbria with the set. That's long. And Durham, a number of their players just shaking their heads to each other. They've got the point, but it was an untidy point, but they'll take it. 7-3. Just the start that Durham would have wanted. You're watching the Women's Championship final here at BUCS Big Wednesday, Nottingham University. Enjoying the early stages of this live stream. One of 7 that's being broadcast here on campus. We're in the Sports Centre on the Jubilee campus side of Nottingham University. Big crowd. That's a lovely set. Got the shout from behind her, and it was an easy opportunity down into the centre court. Huge gap to aim for, and Northumbria, the defending champions, they're not going to pass up an opportunity like that. Brandy Donnelly with the serve. And another point for Durham. Again, another space centre court. 9-4 to Durham. Durham coach Eduardo Zardo standing at close proximity to his side. He will be delighted with this start. They'll have an opportunity here for a good set. Straight down the centre. Power from Bruna Bon, the Brazilian. Opportunity was there to be set up, and it was expertly taken at the net. Timeout call, and it's 10-4 to Durham. Tremendous start to this women's championship final. Durham are 10-4 up on the reigning champions, Northumbria. Plenty of conversation on the bench of Northumbria. Federico Pagliara, the first-year coach, head coach, was watching on hands in pockets. Deep conversation during that interval there with Paul Welsh and Ross Enfield. And the point goes to Durham. Slightly fortuitous at the net. It was Henson Cunningham, the tall number 6, saw the opportunity again. There was no one in centre court after a number of phases for each side. Just went over the net, took plenty of net with it, and turned around. She knew it was a fairly simple opportunity, and she's just got there, but it went over. That's the main thing. It's another point to Durham, and they continue their good start. Good reactions deep in court by Durham, standing further back. Jenny Saradi, the captain, number 2. Battle of the net won by Northumbria. Elizabeth Dowd versus Cunningham, and this time it was Dowd who gets the point. The first for a while for Northumbria. There'll be a little bit of relief there. Serve coming in from Boyce. Ball blocked by libero of Durham, and once again it's Durham who have got halfway through this first set. They're leading by 12-5, first to 25. So nearly halfway, you get what I mean. Deep serve coming in from Bruna Bon. Maybe just a bit too deep. So a change for Northumbria. Rebecca Brown coming on for Tigart. And she'll be serving straight away as well. And a good substitution. Hats off to the coaching staff there. It was a good serve. Brown will get another opportunity from Little Rock, Arkansas. Brown. So On the Durham side, chance for a good set here. Great block. Deep in court. And again at the net. Durham's defence standing up at the moment. Blocked there by Cunningham. Again, Durham standing up very firm. And they get the point. That goes down as a great defensive point by Durham. Ended up getting the points in the end. But it's the work done deep in their court, and also, you have to say, at the net by Jensen Cunningham, who started this final on fire. She's got an opportunity here from the serve, but her work at the net so far has led to her side being in front. Serve into the net. Commentator's curse strikes again. (13-9) to Durham. Northumbria creeping back into this. Deep serve from Dow. Once again a battle at the net. A remarkable recovery by Durham. Entirely short how Ortiz managed to get that, and again that'll go down as a point for Durham, and it will be again pats on the back for their defensive work. Corey Ortiz, the defensive specialist, wearing 4. It's the white shirt. Tremendous block there, one hand flat on the ground. That's what she's there for. Power at the net, and another point for Durham. Goni Saradi, the captain, just opted for power, knowing there was a double block. 2 members of the Northumbria team at the net. Good chance it was going to go wide. And that was the result. That's gone long. Second time out called by Northumbria, and they're in trouble in this. So second time out being called by Northumbria, 16-9 behind in this championship final. Again, a repeat performance, or a repeat matchup of last year's final when Northumbria won by 3-0. And at the moment, Durham are looking like going into a 1-set lead, but it all can change around very quickly in volleyball. Use the hashtag BUCSBigWednesday. Get in contact with us. Let us know where you're watching, and share that link and tell everyone you're watching the Women's Championship Volleyball Final, the first of 2 finals. Plenty of sports on the live stream throughout the course of the afternoon and evening. It's an 8 o'clock start, the men's final, so we're going to be here until later on this evening into tonight. Make sure you follow all the action on this live stream. Good deep serve, but a chance for Durham. A good block at the net. And a point for Northumbria. Really good work at the net. That was Bianca Alvarez doing the work. The outside hitter from California over to Northumbria, as many Americans do. Into the net. Not quite the set from Durham there. It's just a case of getting the ball over the other side and making a defensive line. Didn't really work out. Timeout called once again. 16-12 in this first set. Durham in the purple. The black and whites of defending champions Northumbria. It's going to be Northumbria with the serve. Sydney Marshall from Stockbridge, Georgia. Good serve as well. Well picked up from the floor. Has that caught the line? It did indeed. One or two actually on the Northumbria side. Didn't actually realise that had gone against them, I think. A few looking around at each other. From my angle at least, which is just to the left actually of your camera angle that you're watching this live stream. Lovely view of the serve. It swerved around. And that's just gone wide. It's going to be a point to Northumbria. There's complaints from the Durham side. Karen McKibben is convinced that it came off Northumbria last. It's not going to be the case. She's not happy, number 11. Standing at the nets, but she quickly realises and just turns around there and applauds her team. Let's get back focused. It's just the right attitude. Chance to redeem herself. And it's going to have to be kept in from deep. Good set there for Durham. And a good spike as well. There was plenty of room in the backcourt. Ronnie Kosic with the serve. Good block at the nets. Second opportunity for Northumbria. And that point goes to Durham. And the point goes to Jensen Cunningham, who's had the better of the net in this first set. Dominated in both defence and attack there. And Durham are only 6 points away from taking the first set. Kosic again, he's probably going to use the same tactic. She does. Deep serve. Quite comfortable as well, just getting it over the net. Well recovered. And a lovely drop shot into the centre court. Johnny Saradi, the captain, once again, eye on the ball, eye on the court. And it means that her side are already 5 points away. Lovely vision, mentioned that a few times already in this first set. Captain of Durham. Kosic again with the serve. This one drops deep, drops short. Again worked the net by Cunningham. And into the net. It's another point for Durham. Bianca Alvarez will be unhappy with that. She had an opportunity. Found the net. There was plenty of space on the left court. Serving continues by Durham. Chance for Cunningham. It goes to Northumbria. Good spike. Amber Tigert with the spike. Number 8 standing at the nets for Northumbria. 14-21 they're behind. Another Californian in the Northumbrian ranks. Deep serve by Donnelly does the trick. It's going to be Alvarez with the serve, number 9. And that's well blocked at the net again. Another point for Northumbria. You get these ebbs and flows in volleyball where one team will go on a scoring run. We've had that so far with Durham, but now it's Northumbria's turn. Only 5 points behind. 16-21, Alvarez to continue. Good set, Cunningham at the net once again, that's wide. Aimed for the far right corner. There was only a small target zone. Just went wide, only by 12 inches or so. 17-21, Alvarez will continue to serve. Push set to the far left, well blocked at the net. And again by Cunningham this time. Lovely drop by the captain of Durham, and that's going to be a point to Durham again. We'll put that down for their defensive work. We've mentioned a few times Cunningham at the net, but deep in courts, the likes of Captain Maria Tiniseradi, the defensive specialist, Ortiz as well. And that's a soft point. 17-23, and that perfect start for Durham that they were looking for to get into this final. They're only 2 points away from taking the first set, and what a lift that will give them. Good serve. Just helped over. Opportunity to set this, and Cunningham again takes advantage. It's been her set so far, and it's been Durham's set. They're only one away. So 1 point needed for Durham. McKibben with the serve. All standing over to the left. She goes right, just gets over. There's a gap and she recovers, McKibben. And there's the point. And looked like to be over the net from the Northumbria side. And the first set goes to Durham. Defeated in last year's final, but they're 1-0 up in this year's final. So both teams by the sidelines being spoken to by their coaches, or on the side of Durham, it will be Eduardo Zada, the head coach, who's doing all the talking. There's, on the Northumbria side, maybe a few heads being scratched and a few shake of the heads as well. Federico Pagliara, the head coach, quite animated on the touchline. Fabulous first half, especially if you're a supporter of Durham. Keep on mentioning last year's final. It's quite hard not to when the two sides are here with such similar records for this season. But it's just the start that Durham needed, and they've got it. Now, what can Northumbria do to try and get back into this? What do you think? Get in contact using the hashtag BUCSBigWednesday. A number of tweets coming through already using that hashtag. And also, if you do search for the hashtag BUCSBigWednesday, you'll notice all the other sports in and around the Nottingham University campus and what's happening. You can stay in contact with those, of course, on the website as well. Just type in BUCSBigWednesday. 100 years of British University. It's our centenary year on University of Nottingham, one of the founding 10 universities back in 1919. We're in the Sports Centre on the Jubilee campus, and the crowd are really into this. There's drums and clappers, all sorts of musical instruments, plenty of signs, a lot of them made with purple cards supporting Durham, and they'll be delighted. They've seen some really good volleyball as well. I have to say, so far the likes of Jensen Cunningham, who I've mentioned a number of times for Durham, not currently on the court, but dominating the net in both attacking and defensive circumstances. So we're underway again. First to 25, set 2. That goes to Durham, goes wide. A number of players actually just calling that it was a point for Northumbria, especially Sydney Marshall. So they have swapped round. The purple of Durham against the black, white and red of Northumbria. That goes long. Michelle Brown with the serve. For Northumbria, now serving, Elizabeth Dowell. ABCA 2017 All-American. Good serve to the centre court. She'll have to use her defensive work here, and she does so. Good block by the libero of Durham. Again, Dowd with defensive work for Northumbria. And miscommunication just after some good communication for Northumbria. Two players were going to go for the same ball, and they managed to sort the first one out, and then the second time around, nobody went for it. So cross lines on the Northumbria side of the net. Captain for Durham will not mind, and she's serving now. Good point there for Northumbria. Cheeky point as well. Standing at the net, number 12, Margaret Scott, the captain again. Just like her counterpart, eyes in the side of her head where she's looking to set and spots an opportunity just the other side of the net and helps it over. All eyes were following the ball, including mine, to be honest. She fooled me. Doesn't take a lot. Reverse set, goes wide. Only by a couple of inches there, but just wide of the left-hand side. Even start to the second set. It's best of 5, first to 3. Durham 1 set up. Ball again moving around from Sydney Marshall's serve. It's going to be helped over. Durham get the point. Marshall doing her best on the Durham side. Not only in the serve, but also showing how flexible she is. She just goes off, maybe just as a precaution there after slipping and maybe just overextending herself. Just goes into the far corners where both sides are. Clash of hands there at the net, just helped over by Durham. Point to Northumbria, Stephanie Boyce. The England international gets the point. 2 England internationals in this squad. Stephanie Boyce and Faye Hills for Northumbria. Serve comes in from Scott, the captain. Chance for a set. And a spike comes in, centre court by Dowd. Good defensive work and a good set and blocked. It will be the point to Northumbria. Good point there, starting to play their volleyball now. The defending champions taking out the scoreboard as well. Master of ceremony is just next to the scoreboard. That's Mark Perkins just again avoiding the volleyball. That goes wide. And just as I was saying at the end of the first half, it Happens in volleyball. One side tends to go on a run of points, and it's happening here, and it's happening for Northumbria. Cunningham back on the court. And another point for Northumbria. And it's going their way, second set. And because of that, a timeout has been called by Durham. Can they stem the flow? So the first timeout called of the game for Durham. Didn't need one first half. It went swimmingly for them. This time, just got a bit of head of steam, have Northumbria. Dowd with the serve. In fact, she's captain Margaret Scott. Dowd. He's just at the back of the court. Another point for Northumbria. Great block at the net. That's Amber Tiger. Selected for the WCAA All-Conference team a couple of years ago. In many of Northumbria. Originally stateside. Going to be a point to Durham. Could have been kept in at the rear of the court. Ball nearly ended in the commentary box. Nearly got my opportunity to show what I can do. It's don't want to show anyone up though. 8-4 to Northumbria. First serve for a while for Durham. McKibben with the serve. Opposite number 11 into the net. And it's Dowd. So it will be a point to Durham. An opportunity for McKibben again. From Hawaii. McKibben the setter with a good serve, and it's going to be a point for Durham here. McKibben again studies chain management. And she's doing well. She's got a chain of points for her side. So that's what chain management actually means. Whatever the case, she's performing very well with the volleyball. She's got her side, Durham, back into this. Only 1 point behind now, 7-8. Another bit of confusion by Northumbria. Still in this point though. Nothing at all that Brandy Donnelly could do with that. She set herself well, but there's too much power, and another timeout called, and it's 8-all. Back with the volleyball, it's BUCS Big Wednesday. Again, the hashtag is BUCS Big Wednesday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Get in contact with us. Tell us where you are, who you're supporting in this Women's Championship final. Durham, great stop there. And a chance to get another point, and they've taken the lead in this second half. It was Northumbria who went off like a train, but they've been pegged back by Durham, who are 1 set up as well. First of 2 finals. Serve is long. A good set of around 6 or 7 serves there by Kiara McKibben. And now it's the opportunity for Northumbria. Bianca Alvarez from San Bruno, California. Good deep serve, that moved around, dipped late. Good recovery there by Durham. Chance though for Northumbria. Power at the net. Good spike. Amber Tigert. Easy centre court position. And a good point for the team from Northumbria. Defending champions. Now the call was to leave it. That's going to be a point for Northumbria. Just too late. The reaction there by McKibben was to get hands on that. That was going to go long. You could hear cries of no, no all around the court from spectators and teammates alike. But unfortunately her hands are already up and she couldn't take them away quick enough. Another serve by Alvarez. Kept alive by Northumbria. And the cheeky tap over the net after power from both sides. Sometimes all you need is that deft touch. And it's a point for Northumbria, who have retaken the lead now, 9-12, very even second set. Every set's important, but when you're 1 set down and it's even, it's imperative you don't go 2 behind. Another Alvarez. Serve, this time it's going to go Durham's way. Bruna Bon to serve. The Brazilian Bruna Bon from Rio de Janeiro in this final. Just helped over. And that comes off a Northumbria hand. It's going to be a point for Durham. Once again, good work at the net by Durham. Bruna Bon again with the serve. Deep in court for Northumbria. You've got Dowd. Also, you've got Alvarez to Dowd. Alvarez is going to help this over. Does so. Now a chance for a good set for Durham. And good blocking at the net. Defence turned into attack quickly. It's Dowd again. She's been heavily involved in this second set. Good block by Dowd, who's conceding a few inches, you'd say, to Cunningham. Good block by Marshall, number 1. Tried again. This time it came off the hand of Tigert. Dowd, once again involved. Good clean work by both sides. And the point for Northumbria. It was the captain Scott, Margaret Scott, Oregon State. Margaret Scott. 14-11 Northumbria. Serve from Boyce. And Boyce tries again. There's too much of a gap. She came in from the back court after the serve. Couldn't reach that far. And Durham with the point. 12-14 to Northumbria in a very important second set. It's first to 3. That's a poor serve. Cunningham. He's going to be replaced here. Not the greatest serve in the world by Cunningham. She knew. soon as she hit it, it went very low, and she shook her head. It's too long as well. Number Tiger. Michelle Brown again goes long, so 3 have gone too long on a bounce hit. Michelle Brown from Seattle. Let's see what Elizabeth Dowd, who's served very well in this second set. Good serve. Just again a bit of miscommunication by Northumbria. Point to Durham. It's a 2-point set, 14-16. Jenny Saradi, the captain of Durham. Durham in the purple, the black and white of Northumbria. Good serve. Good block, Durham's side. Second opportunity. This one goes into the bench, and it's kept alive by Durham. I'm not entirely sure how. Again, defensive work. Good block on both sides. And the ball lands on the Durham side of the net. It's a point for Northumbria, but a fantastic recovery from both sides. The Durham bench not happy at all. Eduardo Zardo just having a word with one of the officials there. It was a player from both sides. Both had hands on the ball, but the decision has gone the way of Northumbria. Have the serve, so the Marshall with the serve. Blocked at the net. Good point. Blocked by Scott. The Oregon State Scott, who's working the right side of the net very well. Just conceding a few inches on a few. Certainly has the leap. Marshall again. Jump serve, dips over the net. Opportunity, and taken. The opportunity in the right corner. And it was pinpoints from Stephanie Boyce. 14-19. Northumbria are back in this. Back from the timeouts, it's 14-19 to Northumbria. Durham taking the first set, but Northumbria are back in this. We thought it was going to be tight, but at the moment, if Northumbria can carry on the way they are, we're going to be all square. Served by Marshall once again, who served very well in this second set. Underneath this, the call was from Dowd. Power of the net once again. It's going to be a point for Northumbria. And it's that player, Stephanie Boyce, who had that pinpoint shot at the end, just before we had our latest timeout. It was Stephanie Boyce, once again, the England senior international, who's just taken a grip of this game in the last few minutes. Goes to Durham. It's going to be a point for Durham. Came off a hand of Northumbria. There's a shake of the hand from Federico Pagliara, the head coach of Northumbria. Wasn't happy with that. In fact, he's just stuck his thumb up to the official. I think he's accepted it. Was probably got a word from the player. Serve comes in. Kostichu had a good set of serves in the first set. Chance for Durham. Again, has that come off a Northumbria hand? Yes, it has. Similar points. And Durham are crawling themselves back into this. 16-20. They are behind. And it's the serving once again of Ivana Kosic who's got them back into this. That's dipped wickedly. Precision over power from the serve. And the Serbian has got Durham back into this. They're only behind by 3. It's 2017. A second set thriller at the Volleyball. It's Women's Championship final. The first of 2 finals. The Men's Championship final will start at 8 o'clock. Make sure you join us on the live stream for the men's final. But here in the women's final, a replay of last year's final where Northumbria won by 3 sets to love. They are behind by 1, but in front in the second set, 17-20. The ball is alive for this point still. Good block at the net. Chance for a set. It's going to be helped over possibly from mid-court. Yes, it was. Oh, that's just caught the face. It's Tiger who shrugs it off. Long point here. And the point has been given to Northumbria. The coach just shakes his head in almost relief, really. 21-17, important point there. Only 4 points away from tying us up 1 set all. Dowd. Good serve, it's just going to be helped over. And the power at the nets. Fantastic spike from Tiger. Especially on the right side of their court, they've managed to take a number of points, especially late on in this second set. Try and get the latest of them. Out again. And that's going to be a point to Northumbria. Durham just at the moment becoming a bit ragged after the timeout we've had. 17-23, 2 points now needed by Northumbria to take the second set. Serve again coming in from Scott. Good one-handed block. Recovered by Dowd, helped over. Northumbria with the opportunity, good block at the net. There's only 1 player there. It's going to be a point to to Durham. Much needed point as well. Some fantastic acts of recovery by a number of the Northumbria side. Elizabeth Dowd ended way off the court there. Important service by Kira McKibben. And a clean spike at the net for Northumbria, who've really cranked things up in this second set. Alvarez. So set point for Northumbria. The serve will come in from Alvarez, who just won that last point. Good serve as well. And it's dropped on the side of Durham, which means Northumbria are back in this. They've taken the second set by 18-25. It's 1 set all in the Women's Championship final. Both sides in their respective sides of the court in deep conversation with coaching staff, with head coaches. There's the side of Northumbria. Assistant coaches Ross Enfield and Paul Welsh just having conversations with their players. Federico Pagliara, who was very animated in the end of the second set, will be delighted. He's in deep conversation just with the white polo shirt when he was standing with the players. Plenty here. Many of them just at this interval just made their way. You can see they've left behind plenty of posters and signs that have been made. And that's the side of Durham. And Durham, after their lightning starts, we're still in that second set, 18 points to 25. It's not exactly a demolition job by Northumbria. So how will this third set go? Will it be Northumbria, who have the momentum, you would say, or will it be Durham? So waiting for the officials just to sort themselves out. 7 sports being live streamed today: hockey, football, basketball, netball, badminton, squash, and indeed here at the Sports Centre and Jubilee campus of Nottingham University for the volleyball. 8 o'clock start time, the men's championship final. And hopefully you join us for that. I imagine many from Durham will be. Durham against Essex in that final. 14 sports all over Nottingham University. 52 fixtures in all. It's BUCS Big Wednesday. Use the hashtag BUCS Big Wednesday to get in contact, to get involved. Also use that to search what's going on around campus as well. All the latest scores are on social media. Lovely serve to start the third set. Of course, they've changed ends once again. Elizabeth Dowd with the serve. Second year in a row, now they've returned to Nottingham. They are the host university. Equalising point for Durham. Jenny Saradi, the captain, with the smash. Too much power for Northumbria. 2 clean points to start the third set. Just helped over by Jenny Saradi, who then went courtside on Northumbria, so it's going to be the point for the defending champions. Early stages, third set. Just helped over. Smash at the net, comes down on the Durham side. So it will be Northumbria's points. The block came in from Kosic, but just dropped her side of the net. Serve from Marshall. Good serve as well. Helped over by the skipper from Durham. Better block at the net this time by Durham. Ball still alive, Northumbria side. Again, blocks from both sides. And it's going to go to Durham. Solid defensive work, but just too much pace for Michelle Brown. Sydney Marshall continues to serve. Stockbridge, Georgia. Sydney Marshall, 6'1", one of the tallest players, although that's a very poor serve into the bottom of the net. Got that one all wrong. A skipper's time for Durham. Jenny Saradi from Crete. Just catching the net, it goes over. And that's taken it away from Michelle Brown, to be fair. But you take it. The net can be advantageous as well as a disadvantage. Certainly was there for Northumbria, who gets another point. Durham just failing to get in position after the serve. And it's 6-2 to Northumbria. Started this third set very well. Serve from Scott. And that goes into the net. It's going to be another point for Northumbria. 7-2. You wonder if Durham are going to call a timeout at some point. In fact, yes, they have. Timeout to Durham. Good start to this third set for Northumbria. 7-2 up after losing the first set to Durham. This championship final is on a knife edge. These two, remember, first and second in the Premier North. Only goal difference split in two, and that was only by one. So there's been nothing between them this season after Northumbria won this final last year, beating Durham by 3-0. Just coming off the head there of number 7, Stephanie Boyce, the England international. Just checking that she's okay. Yeah, she's laughing it off. She's going to stand at the net still. Durham with the points. Ivana Kosic, the Serbian, with the serve. She served very well at the end of the second set. That one's going to drop short. No, it's well recovered again by the Durham captain. Opportunity for a good set hit. Just helped over. Kept alive, but that's going to drop into the officials table. So 2 on the bounce for Durham. Just what they want after the timeout that was called for Durham. They're back in this set. They don't want to get up to, say, 10 points behind. Take a lot to recover. Kosic again with the serve. Cunningham with the smash. With authority at the net. Jensen Cunningham. Studies developmental psychopathology at university, whatever that means. But she's certainly got the talent for volleyball. Using her height to an advantage. Point goes Northumbria way. Bianca Alvarez with the serve. And that's a very, very intelligent play by Kira McKibben, Hawaiian, who's going to be now serving. Saw the opportunity. Again, at the end of this set, we're going to have to check whether some of these have got eyes in the back of their head, because she was not even looking when she realised there was no one there. And it was just a simple case of just helping it over. Good deep serve as well. Blocked by Cunningham, goes out. It will be a point for Northumbria. 9-6 to the defending champs. Onto the courts from Sydney Marshall. Division 2 national champion back in the States a couple of years ago, into the net from Boyce, England international, and it will be a point to Durham and a chance for the Brazilian Brunabon from Rio, where volleyball is a religion. Kept alive on the Durham side, and that drops to the Northumbria side. Well, there you go, there's an example of the net. Is it cruel or is it kind? It changes with every point. It dropped the side of Northumbria, and when there's only 1 point in this third set, Brunabon will continue to serve, given instructions by her captain at the net. All sorts of hand signals behind her back. Blocked by Bon. And another point to Durham. We're all square. It's 1 set all. It's 9 points all in the third set. It could not be closer. Timeout called. Back live to the Sports Centre, Jubilee Campus, host university, Nottingham University, for the second year running. It's BUCS Big Wednesday. It's the Women's Championship Volleyball Final, and we've got a classic on our hands. It's 1 set all, 9 points all. Serving is the purple of Durham, and that drops the side of Durham, so it will be a Northumbria point. So in the black and the white. They just edge into a 1 point lead. It's a replay of the 2018 final. Use the hashtag BUCSBigWednesday to make sure you're telling everyone that you're watching this live stream. Great serve. Just over the head of the Durham Brunabon, who I think Brunabon just thought it was going to drift out. Maybe even given the call by her head coach, Eduardo Zardo, is just standing next to her actually. But the serve will be once again by Amber Tigert. Still alive, Northumbria side. That drops down, and it will be a Northumbria point, who have started after the latest timeout again very well. Californian Tigert to serve once again. And a point at the net, and a scream in the face of the Durham players. Sydney Marshall, the Georgian Sydney Marshall, who at the end of the second set and the first 13 points of this third has really got into the game at the net for Northumbria. Chance again at the net, just helped over. Not the greatest set, Northumbria side. Chance for Durham. Not taken. And that just drops in. Elizabeth Dowd with the points. The outside hitter from Alabama. Again, maybe just a bit of miscommunication. Pretty sure that the shout was to leave it. Kira McKibben obeyed those shouts, just like we heard there. That did go out. Only 4 points in it, 14-10. Jensen Cunningham to serve. From Arizona, the tallest players in this final. Good serve. Cunningham again. Just being helped over by Northumbria, got the set wrong. Better this time. And that goes the way of Durham. Sydney Marshall could do nothing about that at the net for Northumbria. Too much power. And back come Durham, only 2 points behind now. Cunningham serve. And there's nothing that Northumbria can do there. Good point by Jenny Saradi, the captain of Durham. From that left corner of the net, she's been, as the substitutions are made, she's been aiming into the centre court or over to the right from her left side position. But she's just changed it up then and went down her near side line. And it just confused a number of the Northumbria players who all drifted over to the far side. And they managed to get a point. Instructions being given by the captain to Cunningham to serve once again. Good block. It's going to be helped over. That goes long. And it's going to be a point for Northumbria. The Durham players were absolutely convinced, 100% convinced, and it's going to go to Durham. There's a change in the decision. It's a Durham point. You have to say the Durham players were, to a player, 100% convinced it was their point, and they've been given the decision. Plenty of swerve on the serve. Good block deep by Bon, and the defensive work has been rewarded by a point. Fantastic defensive work by the Brazilian. And Durham have just edged clear, 15-14. First time they've really been in front in this third set, shall I say. It's going to be tied up now, 15-all. This really is going to go all the way, isn't it? It's just what we wanted as a neutral, a really close final. Both teams playing some really good volleyball in both senses, in attacking, in defence. Just goes into the net there, wasted opportunity by Dowd. Back with Durham. Shell Brown from Seattle. Good serve. Reverse set into the net, and it will go to Durham. Another wasted opportunity there. You have to say it would have been the eyes of Faye Hills, the England international for Northumbria. Eyes were lit up from that set and a chance to spike and smash it, but straight into the net. So we're disappointed. That's going to go long. And we're back to a 1 point game. 16-17, first to 25. Sydney Marshall to serve once again. Good serve. Picked up by Ortiz, libero. Jenny Saradi, captain of Durham. She'll be wishing to lift the trophy. She serves. Now that's just been helped over. It's going to be a point to Northumbria. Couple of substitutes coming on for Northumbria. Amber Tigett and also Captain Margaret Scott, who's just come on. She's going to serve. Oregon State. Amber Scott. Margaret Scott serves. Goes wide. Will be at Northumbria's point, and another chance for Margaret Scott once again. 18 all. Could not be closer. One set all. 18 all in the third. Power from Bruna Bon. A South American smash for Durham. And it's the purple shirts of Durham who just edge clear. Now, can they take advantage? A Serbian serve from Ivana Kosic. Serve is good. Goes into the dugout, well recovered. Can it be helped over? Yes, but a chance for a good set. And possible smash here again by Bruna. And it goes the way of Durham. The block at the nets went wide. And the Serbian-Brazilian combination of serve and smash is working a treat for Durham at the end of this third set. They are now only 5 points away, 18-20. Timeout called. Two-points game. It's 20-18 in the second set, third set. Keep on thinking about that second set, it was so close. It's one set each, 20-18 in the third. 20-18 in favour of Durham. 20-18 went the way of Northumbria by 3-0. We won't have that this time. Good block at the nets. Can it be recovered? There's attempts, and they've done well there, Northumbria. Now that's possibly wasted by Durham. They've got away with that, Durham. An attempted set, which then would have been set up for a smash. It didn't quite work out. They've got the point. There's wry smiles on them. Well, delighted grins, shall I say, on the Durham side. They know they've really got one, and they didn't really deserve. 21-18, they lead. Kosic again with the serve. Good block, goes wide though. It was a block by Cunningham, and it will be a point for Northumbria. It's going to be a substitution. Northumbria side. Katie Sato will come on and serve. Another Californian. Plenty of conversation going on the Durham side. Sato to serve. 19-21, they are down her side. Northumbria over the top of Cunningham. And that is going to be a point for Northumbria, just colliding with the official's stanchion was Bruna Bon, who's just checking her footwear. I think she's okay. She roll her ankle. And we are 1 point. We have a 1 point third set, 20-21. Cunningham at the net just helps it over. It's going to be a point though for Durham. Durham need 3. Tara McKibben to serve. What a tension on the sidelines, plenty of spectators here. Good set and a smash down the centre court. It's a point for Northumbria. Amber Tigert saw the gap down the centre, took advantage. More changes coming on. Sydney Marshall will go straight to the net, wearing number 1. Very tallest player at the net for Northumbria. Bond with the smash, and that comes off the net, and it lands on the Northumbria side, rolled down the centre of the net. They've got the roll of the ball so far, Durham, in this third set. A couple of points have gone their way, 23-21. They've had the look so far. Bond with the serve. Good serve as well. It's going to just be helped over here. Cunningham to set. And Cunningham to smash. It was blocked. And it's a captain's point for Durham. Number 2, Maria Genisaradi. Means that they were only 1 point away from leading by 2 sets to 1, 24-21. And when you want the captain to step up, Maria has done in this third set. She's been the focal point of their side for the entire game, you have to say. Served by Bond. 1 point will do for Durham. Good block. It's going to be helped over. Here's Durham's chance. Kept alive. And it's another point for Durham, and it's another point for their skipper, number 2, Maria Genisaradi. She scored the 2 points, which means Durham now lead by 2 sets to 1. Welcome back to the Sports Centre on the Jubilee campus of our host university, Nottingham University, for 100 years of British university. That's what we're celebrating with BUCS Big All Wednesday. 14 sports all around campus. Water polo, fencing, table tennis, lacrosse, football, hockey, netball and volleyball, 7 of which are being streamed live. Hockey, football, basketball, netball, badminton, squash and of course volleyball. The first of 2 finals. It's a women's championship final between Northumbria University and Durham University. Durham in the purple find themselves 2 sets to 1 up. One more set will mean that they will avenge last year's defeat in the final by Northumbria. But of course Northumbria will have plenty to say about that. Get in contact using the hashtag BUCSBigWednesday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are at BUCS Sports on Twitter. And you can find plenty of these streams on YouTube. Get in contact. Northumbria Sport, very active on their Twitter feed regarding this final. Very, very close. And as they've just said, a massive set ahead. So change of ends. Commentary position just to the left of the camera by 2 or 3 yards. So we get a good view of service. And the ball has been moving around an awful lot, especially from this near side. It's going to be the purple of Durham to serve. Plenty here inside the Sports Centre. Lots of support from Durham. Lots of clappers, banners, signs. There's even a drum, which I'm happy to say is quite far away actually from this position. It was only last week or so, there was a giant drum at a BUCS rugby event directly below my commentary position, which, safe to say, wasn't quite well received by myself. Anyway, back to the volleyball. So, first points of the fourth set. Good one-handed block. Again, kept alive. Both sides. Shout came in from Alvarez. Not entirely sure how Durham have kept that going. And it's going to go Northumbria's way. Great defence from both sides. But the point goes to Northumbria, who get the first of this fourth set. Plenty of smiles on the officials' table, just to the top of your screen. Master of Ceremonies is Mark Perkins, who is well known in the volleyball world. Just having a bit of a giggle there with the officials. Equalising point in this set for Durham. Now the captain of Durham, Maria Genesaradi, who won the third set for her side with the final 2 points. Good serve, well kept alive by Northumbria. And the point goes Northumbria's way. Sydney Marshall. Smash down the centre. Originally from Georgia. Still is. Studies at Northumbria. And she will now serve. So the tallest member of the Northumbria side. Good dipping serve. And has that gone long? No, it hasn't. Just caught the line. So that'll go down as a very, very good spike at the net. Marshall again. Champion over in America a couple of years ago. It's gone Durham's way. I think it might have been foolish of anyone really to predict one of these sides taking this fourth set in commanding style. I think it's going to be very close, just like the third. Now that serve went all over the place, and it's just going to be helped over to the Durham side. Genesaradi with the smash, well blocked. It's going to be helped over. Good block at the net. And again, it looks like it just went over the Durham side. I think hands were over the net. There's a few puzzled looks by Northumbria players. Stephanie Boyce gave umpire a bit of a stare. English international Boyce. Wearing number 7. Serve from Kosic, and it goes to Durham. And again, that angle of Kosic and Genesaradi combined well. The tall number 8, Ivana Kosic, who served her side to the third set, and she's got her side off to a good start in the fourth. It's 5-3 to Durham. We just need this set to take the final. Supply chain management. She's studying the serve, and she's supplying her side with plenty of good serves. Good block at the net. And into the net this time. So another point. And you have to say that Bianca Alvarez, the second effort was probably due to the good block on her first. She had to angle across the court and caught the net. So good defensive work on the Durham side led to that error. Another good serve. This time just helped over, and it's Cunningham who had the entire backcourt to aim for. And a timeout has been called by Northumbria. They are behind 7-3. Back here to the Sports Centre and the Jubilee side of our host university, Nottingham University. It's BUCS Big Wednesday. Second year in a row that we return to Nottingham, and they are the most welcome of hosts for BUCS Big Wednesday. And we've got an absolute cracker on our hands. It's the Women's Championship Volleyball Final. And Durham in the purple have an advantage, and they've got another point here. There's appeals on the Northumbria side. Federico Pagliara, the first year of head coach at Northumbria, just having a word with the officials. The current standings is that Durham are leading by 2-1. It's first of 3, and they are 8-3 up in this fourth set, first to 25, and they are in command, the purple shirts of Durham, and they've got another one here, starting to look quite untidy. Northumbria, plenty of serves coming in by Ivana Kosic, the Serb, who's serving her side at the moment to victory. Being well marshalled by Jenny Saradi. There's Cunningham, just helps it over. Number of players diving, and there's no one at the backcourt. Double figures for Durham, 10-3. Another timeout called by Northumbria. Can they get back in this? (10-3) to Durham in this fourth set. It could be the deciding set. And it's the middle blocker, Ivana Kosic, who's at the moment, as I mentioned, serving her side to victory. Helped over. There were appeals from Northumbria. That was 4 touches. 4 was the shout. They've got the point anyway. Head coach is not happy. He's in the white polo shirt. 4 was the cry of the crowd. They've got banners and drums and all sorts of objects to bang together, making a racket. And they are now on the Durham side. Lovely spot there by Ciara McKibben. Again, just noticing without looking that there was a gap, and the Hawaiian who's now going to be serving. Another point for her side. Lovely dipping serve as well. Reverse set. It's kept alive by Durham. Just a cheeky drop over the net by Cunningham, who's going to try and block now. And has that gone in? Yes, it has. Just caught the line. The coach of Durham, Eduardo Zardo, was on the baseline and he just clapped his hands in frustration. He knew that it had landed just on the line. 11-5. Served by Alvarez. And a point to Durham. I think they would have got the points anyway. Alvarez was coming back in from the backcourt position. Bruno Bon, who will serve. Bruno Bon, who grew up in Rio de Janeiro, where volleyball, I mentioned, is a religion. It's probably more important than that. And another point for Durham. Volleyball and beach volleyball, obviously, in Rio. Copacabana Beach are strewn with volleyball. It must be 50 or so volleyball nets all along the beach. I'm very fortunate to see during the Rio Olympics and the volleyball out there. The noise in the stadium's absolutely incredible. Great block at the nets. Cunningham back in the game. She went quiet during set 2. Started this game on absolute fire, the tall number 6. And she's back in the 3rd set and now here in the 4th. Good dipping serve once again. Good smash comes in, but really well defended. Again, another smash defended. This time it's the captain, Jenny Serradi. And all the points are flowing Durham's way. 15-5 there in front, and there's, at the moment, nothing that Northumbria can do. Taylor Reich with the latest effort there. Well, that beach volleyball. She's a NCAA beach volleyball national champion. A good smash. This time it was Amber Tiger, another member of a winning side, America. Over in America, NCAA all conference team member as well. All of these, especially from Northumbria, coming over with plenty of experience. Here she goes again. This is just wide. Now there's appeals from the Northumbria side. They're saying it came off a Durham hand. The appeals have been waved away. 16-6, 10-point lead for Durham. Jensen Cunningham with the serve. Good block at the net. Recovery there by Elizabeth Dowd for Northumbria. Smash comes in. And it's going to be Northumbria's point. Elizabeth Dowd. Very, very impressive there. Not only with the first smash, but then quickly to just regain her composure. And managed to pick up somehow her blocked smash. And kept the points alive for Northumbria. And that's what they'll need. Every single sinew of every player to stretch and keep the ball alive. They are 9 points behind now in this set. And I make that 8. These points can come thick and fast for one side. More and more stoppages due to the court being cleaned. Shows the effort being put in by both sides. It's an 8-point game, 16-8 in favour of Durham, who, remember, if they win this set, they take the championship. It's been a good couple of minutes for Elizabeth Dowd and Northumbria. Back down to 7. mostly down to number 11, Dowd. Rebecca Brown will serve. Number 10, Brown. Helped over again. Brown with the set. Good block. Jenna Serrati. Again, a good block on the Northumbria side. And Dowd with the points. Although it's gone Durham's way, both sides. It happens occasionally in volleyball when both sides claim the points. And it's gone Durham's way. Again, just a few questions asked by the bench of Northumbria. Polite questions, but the decision is final. Vital point there for Durham. Good serve. Smash is well blocked. And Bond has gone long. It's out. And another point for Northumbria. 17-10. They are behind. They need no more mistakes. And it's that player, Elizabeth Dowd, with the serve. Jenny Serrati. And the captain gets Durham another point towards victory. 18-10 they lead. They only need 7. And just like the third set, the captain has stepped up when she's been needed most. And she's going to serve now. Speaking of captains, Margaret Scott encouraging her players on the Northumbria side. That goes into the net from Faye Hills, England international. And another point goes Durham's way. Captain of Northumbria just on the sidelines at the moment, but she's encouraging with every point. Jenny Serrati again with the serve. Dowd keeps it up. Helped over by Alvarez. Smash comes in, and it's a good one. Bruna Bond. It's 20-10, back to 10 points. But more importantly than that, only 5 needed. There's going to be a change here for Northumbria. Off goes Dowd. On comes Sato. From Calabasas, California. And she's probably going to receive this serve. Back in the court, along with Brandy Donnelly. And Donnelly can't reach that. It drops between herself and Alvarez. They look at each other when trying to recover that ball. Was it a look of resignation? They are 11 points behind, 21-10. Durham lead. 4 points for Durham for the championship. Pinisarali with the serve. Alvarez. That goes long. And it's a point for Durham. 3 points. And Durham will be the 2019 Women's Volleyball Champions. It's the championship final. Northumbria last year won 3-0 against Durham. And Durham are on course for revenge. Cautious play by both sides. The power from Bruna has been well blocked. But this time it goes through. They block the smash by Bruna Bond, but this time Karen McKibben gets the job done, and they're 2 points away are Durham from a victory a year in the making. They finished second in the BUCS Premier North Division. 2 Northumbria, only 1 goal difference was in it. It was incredibly close between the two. That's going to go long. And we have championship points. Championship points. The crowd have got to their feet. Drums, signs, clappers, all are being waved in the air. And all of a sudden, silence then descends. Captain Jenny Serradi serves. Kept alive on the Durham side. Smash comes in, and it's the winning point, scored by Ivana Kosic, who's been serving so well for Durham. But it's a smash at the net, and it's 25-10 in the fourth set. And Durham have taken the championship final by 3-1. And it's Durham who are this year's champions. The two sides shake hands, and on BUCS Big Wednesday at the Sports Centre on the Jubilee campus at Nottingham University, the first of two finals have gone the way of Durham. Durham first have beaten Northumbria first by 3-1. It could well be a fabulous day for Durham. Their men will be in the final at 8 o'clock. Make sure you join us on the live stream. But congratulations to Durham, commiserations to Northumbria, and we will have the medal ceremony very, very shortly. There are the Durham players celebrating. Many of their supporters adorning the purple. Medals for both sets of players, and there will also be a player of the match. And I think there's going to be plenty of celebrations as well for the Durham side. I'd imagine they'll stay for the men's later on again. 8 o'clock that starts. So make sure you join us on the live stream. You can join us for 7 events that are being live streamed today: hockey, football, basketball, netball, badminton, squash and volleyball. Myself, Pete Selby, will be going over to the netball later on. So join us for that. And then I'll be back here for the volleyball final, the men's final at 8 o'clock. Get in contact using the hashtag BUCSBigWednesday. Also on Twitter, you can find us at BUCSport. Also Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as well. You can keep in contact with what's going on all around the host university campus, Nottingham University. Second year in a row that we're actually here at Nottingham. They've provided tremendous amounts of facilities, and they've looked after us very well. 14 sports being played out today, 52 fixtures, and the championship fixtures, which are the top tier, determining the best university in the country. And we've just witnessed the women's championship final. You can see the stage just getting ready. The master of ceremonies on court will be Mark Perkins, will guide us through this ceremony. And we'll pick out the star players when they go and get their respective medals, and then eventually the trophy. So once again, make sure you do check out the live streams of the other events. And then back here in the evening, 8 o'clock start time for the men's championship final on the live stream. Make sure you're telling everyone that you're watching the live stream using social media. You can include the link on social media as well, and tell them about the final later on this evening. A brilliant final, very, very close. Very important. Third set went the way of Durham. Only a few points in it in that third set. And then they got that advantage in the final, what turned out to be the final set, the fourth. They got to that 10-point advantage, and once you reach double figures, it's hard to claw back. Northumbria got back to within 7 at one stage, and then Durham pulled away. And you have to say, on the Durham side, Maria Denisaradi, the captain, tremendous performance. She stepped up when needed most at the net and with serves, especially in that third set. She managed to win the last few points. Also mentions Ivana Kostic, the tall Serb, who served extremely well. Bruna Bon was active all over the court. Plenty of smashes at the net. Kara McKibben as well. Kara McKibben was, again, all over the place. in a good way. From Northumbria, Sydney Marshall patrolled the net very, very well. Randy Donnelly diving all over the place. Alvarez on the left. It's very, very important. Elizabeth Dowd-Boyson, also Hills, heavily involved. So it looks like we've reached ceremony time. So the ceremony will obviously start with the runners-up.
Firstly, a thank you to all our partners and sponsors who have supported this event. Kukri, Outgoing Capital Group, and Ashore, and our host here, the University of Nottingham. A big shout out to all of the NG, staff and sports advisory group members, and the volunteers that have helped put this event on. Thanks was also going to our match officials. The first presentation will be by the chair of the BUCS advisory board, Paul McPain, and he'll be presenting to the match officials. Your final match officials were Dave Gardner and Phil Cobb. In the thrilling game, of course, there always has to be a runner-up. They played each other over 6 times. Of course, this time, the runners-up in a fantastic final, they were Northumbria University. Please welcome to receive their medals, their captain, Maggie Scott. The hero, Randy Donnelly. Number 1, Sydney Marshall. Number 5, Katie Sato. Number 6, Faye Hills. Number 7, Stephanie Boyce. Number 8, Amber Tiger. Number 9, Bianca Alvarez. Number 13, Taylor Ratchet. Number 11, Liz Dowd. And number 10, Rebecca Brown. Appreciation for the management team for Northumbria University. Federico Pagliara, Paul Walsh, Ross Enfield, and Summer Knight, Heather Steele, and Mark Wood. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they are victorious in the BUCS final with 3-1, and they are the women's champions. They are Durham University. Their leader, number 4, Corey Ortiz. We've got number 1, Emma Wright. Number 6, Jason Cunningham. Number 8, Divine Boston. Number 9, Michelle Brown. Number 11, Yara McKibben. Number 13, Bruno Bond. Number 14, Ashley Aston. Your head coach of Durham, Lozano, and team manager, Aaron Taylor. Before we present the trophy, we would like to present the MVP for the Women's Championship Final. The 2019 MVP goes to Durham University's number 6, Jensen Cunningham. And if I can now invite all of Durham University to make their way across to the table. It gives me great pleasure to announce the 2019 BUCS Big Wednesday Volleyball Champions and present them with their trophy. They are Durham University!
So Durham University are the BUCS Big Wednesday champions. Now the women's volleyball champions. They've beaten their arch rivals, you have to say, Northumbria, by 3-1. And Durham thoroughly deserving of their victory, and player of the match goes to number 6, Jensen Cunningham, the tall number 6 who dominated the net. And it's a win for Durham. Will it be a Durham double? We will find out at 8 o'clock for the men's championship final. Join us on the live stream at 8 o'clock for, again, the men's championship final between Essex First and Durham First. There's plenty of live streams available. Search for them on YouTube using BUCS Big Wednesday. The host university, Nottingham University, hosting 14 different sports. There's 52 fixtures, 7 sports being streamed live. So go and check them out as we go and celebrate with the champions, who are Durham University. We'll be back at 8 o'clock. Join us then.